cloudy, raining, noisy, but still beautiful. Well, good morning. That was actually last night, so I talked it up well yesterday afternoon about it not raining on the Sunshine Coast, because we only got a little bit of a dip in the pool and then the rain came down, and because of the thunder and lightning we had to get out the pool. So we ended up watching TV most of yesterday afternoon, and I felt quite humbled, so I watched Zeitgeist again and just sort of had to reflect and think of some of the things that I do and say, and I do appreciate and I do know how lucky I am. I also do know that I choose to live in the way that I do. I don't have bricks and mortar now. My base is a mobile home on a beautiful lake and I love it, and I'm choosing to spend my money travelling, the money that I have worked hard to get, but you know, I still don't take it for granted. I do realise how lucky I am. And I was thinking about when I was saying yesterday about the houses down the hill here only being like $1.5 million. And obviously I couldn't afford them, even though I'm saying that's cheap. What I was meaning is they're cheap for what they are. I couldn't actually physically afford them. And all my coffee money, thank you Paula, my lovely friend Paula, whose birthday it was yesterday, so happy birthday for yesterday. But on her birthday she donated me some coffees, so thank you. But then I'm thinking, should I redonate all my coffee money to water aid and water money for the poor kids and people who don't have water, or if they do get water they have to walk miles every day with pots on their heads to get it. So feeling a little bit humbled, and then last night having to accept the fact that it was Valentine's Day. Julia said to me yesterday morning, how are you feeling, can I mention Valentine's Day? I'm like, it's fine, I just see it as my friend Paula's birthday now. But then last night when I wrote a Facebook post, the tears came, but that's okay, isn't it? I know Andy is with me every step of the way. He's by my side, he's in my heart, he's in my soul, and that's where he'll always be. And as much as I'd love him here with me, I have to keep remembering how amazing the spiritual connection was at the end of our journey together here on this plane, and know that I will see him again one day. And in the meantime, I've just got to carry on living my life, keep vlogging, keep travelling, keep loving, and hopefully helping somebody else on my way. All coming back. I did come here 28 years ago to the Gold Mining Museum. The Gympie, the town that saved Queensland. So we do have to pay. I didn't bring my +1 card, but I might have it on my phone somewhere. Well, the lady was really nice. I was frantically trying to find my access card and I couldn't even find a photo of it. But she went, no, that's good. So it was $7.50, and Julia got a concession as well because she got a pension credit. So anybody over here who's on benefits for sickness, single parent, what was the other thing? Just low income, can get a card over here, and you can get concessions. So that's really good. Julia just got really excited. We're in gold pan here, look. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'll read it all, and then we're going to go panning with these. I do remember this. I think I did this before, yeah. In there. Okay. I've just read all the steps. I probably can't remember them, but right, so I'll put this in.
Hang on, is it going?
Is it? Is it all red at the top? Is it counting numbers? Yeah. We're good at recording feet, aren't we? Right, so I've got to put all the sludge in, and then go like that. And what I've got to do?
Get your hands in.
Oh, so I've got to go like that. I've got to put my hand in it. Hold on. Take a sample from the bottom of the cup, red and sludge and touch water. I've got to knead it all. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, should I say? Sorry, I don't want to do anything religious on this channel. I might burst into flames. Right. Oh, it's a bit like that. Okay. How do you know? Why is it just the gold gonna stop and not all the sludge? Why is the gold staying here?
The gold's heavier.
Oh, right.
You're making mud and then sludge,
Okay.
and that should wash out if you tip bit like that. Yeah.
God, they used to do this all day.
Mhm. Day in,
No
day
wonder
out.
gold's worth so much money. I was wondering who makes up the rules of... This is hard work. I think I put too much sludge in there.
Mhm.
See, I'm getting impatient now already. I'll be like, oh, that's it, I haven't found the lid, go home.
Is it glittering yet?
No. All that glitters isn't gold though, you know. Love and friendship is far more precious. Oh, I'm so philosophical today. I'm sure I've been shaking it so much I've probably just shaken any gold out anyway. But there's nothing glittering. Oh.
Uh-huh.
I've got to tweeze a bit of gold, maybe. Let's try again. I got a feeling any gold that was here will just wash back out again. Right, got to take out the big stones. Gold?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look, you couldn't even get that with tweezers, could you? No, we're not rich. We're just rich in love. God, that was hard work. The gold mining train. We were just talking about camping on the way up here, because in a year or two I might come over here, buy a Can-Am, and then we might go do the coast of Australia. How exciting would that be? We might even take a little ferry over to Tasmania. In 1867, James Nash from Nashville discovered gold in those there mountains and hills and valleys. And at that time there was a Great Depression here. There was an uprising being vowed. Unemployment was terrible. The pound had lost all its value, and then there was the whisper of gold, and the gold rush came. And at one point it was 30,000 adult males on the gold field, and it couldn't support it. And eventually they had to send word that there was no more, and the gold rush stopped. So in just 1 year, this town of Gympie went from a starving population to a thriving town. There was schools started, there was a bank, there was social scene, there were shops. It really did revive it all. And that there is the rescue stretcher. It had to be strapped on because they could only come up and down from the mine in this. They had to be upright. Must have been very claustrophobic. So when we were in the museum the other day, and I had fits of laughter because I saw E.T. in the mannequin, Julia Pindusti, The Exorcist. The head just did? Oh. Sure it did. Ooh, so the gold mine was active from 1867 to 1927, and then dormant from until 1980 to 2008. So it must have been open last time I came. Obviously don't remember it that well, and I'm never a gold girl anyway. I tend to wear a lot more silver. I'm cheap, me, but still lovely. even ended up having its own newspaper, like the Gympie Times. These lovely old presses. So different from today. I mean, people can just go onto Amazon and just order my book, and Amazon just print it and then distribute it. How things have changed. But I am old enough to remember some of these. And this is an example of the school that opened just 3 years after the Gold Rush began. Now, I remember these desks when I was at primary school, and every Friday we used to have to take the wax in and polish our desks, but we did used to have like a little hole in ours for the inkwells. Not that I used inkwells, but from before. And I can still smell that polish. Every time I smell polish, that's what I think of. Wow, the cicadas over here are huge. That's what you can hear making the noise at the very first video of today. And the rhino beetle. Julia's dad actually bought a sample that had died naturally for me to see the other day. In the water bugs, they're huge. And now just to think, you just Google it on your phone. Look at that. The new 20th century dictionary. It'll take you all day just to find a word. This place is actually massive. It's like a little gold mining town, which clearly it is. Now in the dairy. Oh, butter churning machine. Just reminds you of what hard work, everything we just take for granted now, how much hard work used to go into everything. This is the meat safe. Julia was telling me about these the other day. You hang your meat in it out there so all the little critters can't get to it. I bet it stinks a bit though in this heat. Once upon a time, Gympie had the largest butter factory in the southern hemisphere. Not just in Australia, but the southern hemisphere. That's pretty big. This is the farm veterinary supply box. A little bit empty. I'm sure they needed much more than that. Oh, coffee grinder. How big everything was. But the thing is, it's what we were talking about last night, and another nice reference, is things were made to last. These would probably still work nowadays, whereas now things aren't actually made to last. They're made not even to recycle and replenish, they're made to throw away. This is a model of the Gympie Goldfield in the earlier days. And up here, there's a picture of Bruce Highway looking north in the 1970s. I found the big pineapple! The same scene today. And they say the pineapple had character and impact, and it's a great loss to Gympie. Has it gone, or is it just hidden by the highway? No. example of the lockup, originally from Quran, originated here. Ooh. Like a soiling can. You can see how they used to escape. They just look, they've got these big heavy iron padlock doors and big bars, but they're just wood. I remember my nana having one of these. I used to be fascinated by it. And the reason we're in Gympie today is I'm coming to see my nana's daughter, my daddy's sister, my Aunt Marion and my cousins. I'm really looking forward to seeing her. I might get you a photo so you can see how much alike we look, but that would be about the only intrusion on family time. When laundering was such hard work, and still is in many countries. I remember my other nan having a twin tub and a little tiny spinner. In fact, on some of the wards in the 1980s I used to work and we had little spinners for stuff we've rinsed out on the ward. And Julia and I were talking that if we do go and do a bike tour, she'll ride on 2, I'll ride on 3. I'm going to see if I can get a trailer tent behind, and we're going to try and do it really cheap. So yeah, just really on a budget, up through the hills and the mountains, down by the coast, camping by rivers and streams, washing out our clothes as we go. Yeah, I don't quite remember wheelchairs that old, but beds, these were the beds that we used to have, like metal frame beds. And you have to be really careful not to run your toes over when you moved them on the wheel. Oh my gosh! Look, my nursing colleagues, there's a sphygmometer, a real one, with mercury and everything. How times have changed, huh? Now you just wrap it round and press a little button and the machine does the rest. I must admit though, I still liked taking manual pulses and blood pressures because it didn't tell you about the beat of the heart. This is the old operating table. Wow. It's kind of mad when I come places like this. It does put a big smile on my face. I do love to see how much we've moved on. Now we're just a throwaway society. I mean, we used to do all the autoclaving on the wards as well. Now you can't even return crutches and things because it's cheaper to throw them away and replace them. But not on society. Society, but not on society. I'm not going to watch any more Zeitgeist. See, I can't even say it right. I'm not going to watch any more of it because I'm right on the soapbox today. I can't help but love old vehicles as well. So much character. Oh, the ambulance. Oh, look. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. Had to be done. Sorry about the reflection of the glass, but look, this is the fire brigade around about 1910 and then 1984. It's the early 1900s, going back even more. So this truck that's here was actually in service from 1944 until 1980. So the truck carried everything to fight a fire, except for water. Yep, you heard that. Water was obtained at fire sites from street hydrants and available tanks or dams. In the good old days, they didn't have silly machines that went wrong and ended people up in prison, like the Great British Post Office scandal. You can watch it on Netflix. This is the sort of board I would use. Just connecting you. Bish bash bosh. Even a headset like that. That was 1983. God, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? It doesn't seem long ago, but it was. That was 40 years ago. Ouch. Woman just made me jump. Yeah, that was me, look. When computers had first come out as well, and you used to have to go and change them every 12 hour shift. You'd have to change them. It was like a great big round reel that you had to lift out of this machine. Oh, this is our sort of place. I do like gems. Oh, not for their price or their value, but for the magnetism and the magic that they give off. And there are a few in here. I'm drawn to this turquoise. I like that. This place is brilliant actually. Great value for money. I'm really enjoying it. We're on a bit of a time limit. We've only got 2 hours before we need to get to where we're going from starting of getting in here. We've actually only got half an hour now. But I think you should leave about 3-4 hours to have a proper look around here and get yourself a cuppa, and it's really good value for money. Just got to ironically be done, hasn't it, really? Remember when these came out and they self-developed? Now I'm doing it on my phone. I can see it all instantaneously. So we're now going in to the Andrew Fisher cottage. It was the home of Andrew Fisher. He was the second Labour Prime Minister after Federation and served 3 terms. Sorry, probably mostly see my reflection more than the... It's all behind glass. Oh, this is a very precious collection. This lovely house that you like, Julia, was the original dental surgery.
I've gone off of it.
But it now currently houses the 5th Light Horse Regiment Military Museum. Oh, key or two. This is all run by volunteers as well, so you can volunteer if you want to. Oh, it actually says that this display is temporarily closed. So, nothing in here, but we like the house anyway. So it's really lovely here. The only thing I would say, it's not very good disabled access. So there are only a few steps. So for people like myself and Julia who can get up some steps, it's okay. There are a few ramps, like this one's got a ramp, look, and this one's got a ramp, but not a lot. So you will be slightly restricted, but it's still worth a visit because it is really interesting. And yeah, if nothing else, you can exhaust yourself doing some gold panning. And that was another thing Julia said, a really good point. They could do some chairs and seats dotted around. There are some in places like this, so you can kind of sit around by the buildings, but it would kind of be nice just to have a few little benches here and there. They do have plenty of seats over at the cafe, so just every now and again, for people like us who like to have a little sit. We're now here at the Phoenix Hotel. This wasn't the sign I was greeted with. What was greeted with in the car park was a drive-through bottle shop where you can just go and get your clearance bottles. And it actually made me feel sick. It made me feel sick because I would have loved that sort of thing in the past. But look, we've got lots of alcohol-free. Ooh, might have a glass of wine. So I had a lovely lunch with my Aunt Marion, who I haven't seen for 5.5 years, and my cousin Teresa, who I haven't seen for 28 years, and her partner Alan, and it was lovely. We're now down at Caloundra Beach, and we're going to see Julia's cousin. So, a bit of a family day. Some crazy people out there about to surf. It's a lot fresher down here. Still raining. But, and yeah, I could come to the Sunshine Coast and have 3 days of rain. See the spray coming off. It's got to be done. I've got to just go dip my toes. I won't be going out any further though on those mad waves, especially right next to them rocks. Oh, that's quite strong even here. So here I am in Australia. We've come out for a meal and I'm going to do the thing they do over here. My drinking addiction is still at bay. I'm still sober, but I'm going to start some gambling. So you choose how many numbers you're going to do. It's a bit like cross between the lotto and the bingo. And then you choose how much per game and how many games. So I'm not going to win $1 million because you have to do 10 numbers for that. So I could possibly win 1,800 though, so we'll see. And the people I'm out with are so hardcore that they don't know how to do it, so I've just had to tell them how. But I did have to go and ask the man, of course. I said I'd treat everyone because they've treated us to dinner. But I just had to borrow $20 off Julia because I got no cash on me. Well, Julia won $6. So we had one winner amongst the four of us, and we had the best of days. It's been so lovely today just reconnecting with people, meeting new people. Just really had a really good sense of connection. Enjoyed every minute of it. I'm shattered, so I'm off to bed. Ta-da for now.